Happy Vows Day to you all out there, and you are warmly welcome to another interesting segment of the Sonia Spalo Show. But today, as you can see very well, everywhere is different. Yeah, and that is because DS Online TV GH is hosting us. So if you want to do any form of shoot, any form of live program, anything, just get in touch with DS Online TV GH and they will sort you out. Their numbers will be on the screen so you can get in touch with them for that perfect work you've always been looking out for. Back to today's topic for discussion. Today, as I mentioned from the beginning, it is Vows Day. So we are just here once again to talk about love, but not in that perception you have in mind, or not in line with how you see it. We want to understand, or we want to ask whether love is limitless or it is just limited to the romantic love we all know and we all badly want to talk about. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but today we are here to talk about love in general and about the fact that it is limitless. It is for everyone. So to help me digest this topic for discussion today, our guest is a product of UCC and KNUST. He had his first degree at UCC and his master's degree at KNUST. He is a fellow of Chartered Institute Administrators and Management Consultants. He is an administrator at the University of Health and Allied Sciences, Hohwe Campus, UHAS. He is a married man with two beautiful boys. Yes, two beautiful boys. You can imagine how the boys look. Yeah, he is in the person of Mr. Edem Gidi. For Edem, Wezo.
Yo, Sonia.
You are welcome once again.
Thank you, Sonia.
We are glad to have you here. You are married with two kids.
Yes.
So, I guess today's topic for discussion, no one could handle it better than you. We will want to hear from you from all angles of love, not just the romantic angle alone. So let me ask, what do you think are the most common stereotypes surrounding Valentine's Day?
Thank you, Sonia. Valentine's Day has actually been misconstrued.
Okay.
You try to read a little about Valentine, and you see the origin with so many different accounts.
Okay.
But each of them manifesting in some form of love. However, in our age, we have come to see Valentine's to be that day of romance.
Yeah.
That day of extraordinary dates. That day that we save for. And
when you say we save for, the we, who are those you are referring to?
Of course, our time. And you have so many young guys and ladies out there.
You mean the men?
Am I speaking for men?
I'm
not too sure
if I'm... for. So, if I want to understand you, does that mean ladies also save for that day? Or you are speaking for your gender?
I'm speaking for my gender.
Okay, now that's clear.
So, that is how we perceive it. And that is actually a stereotype.
Okay.
Valentine isn't a day for romance.
Okay.
Valentine is a day to celebrate love.
Okay.
All forms of love.
Okay.
Valentine is a day to look out for those who care, appreciate them,
okay,
show them love.
Okay.
In fact, it is a day to love yourself.
Okay. So all the forms of love,
yes,
needs to be celebrated on
Valentine's Day.
Not just the romantic love.
Not just the romantic love.
So why do you think people often associate romantic love to Vows Day, especially our generation?
You know, in our time, we have almost commercialized everything.
Yeah.
And we look out for the best business possible out of whatever is out there. I remember we used to have Chocolate Day.
Yes.
And before Chocolate Day, we all knew of Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
That is just a period where we attempted to further commercialize what has already been commercialized up to a point. So you see all the adverts and all the promotions being run towards Valentine, the Red Day.
Yeah.
So the commercialization of Valentine's Day is skewed towards romance. And you have all the adverts. It's as if I have to buy something for my loved one, and that loved one is kind of connected to my wife alone.
Yes, someone you are romantically
someone you are romantically in love with.
Yeah.
That is a wrong understanding of what Valentine is.
Okay.
And it is just as a result of the commercialization of Valentine Day.
So can you briefly give us, should I say, the original meaning of Vows Day, how the whole thing came about, and why we still celebrate it as we do?
So as I said from the beginning, there are several accounts.
Okay.
If you try to understand the origin, there are several accounts, but each of the accounts are kind of concerning love, celebration of love.
Okay.
Some coming in that the February month is a month for mating.
Okay.
Some being tied to Saint Valentine.
Okay.
And Saint Valentine having been so many accounts. I read an account that seemed to suggest that he was celebrating marriage secretly for soldiers who were not supposed to have been married.
Yeah.
So in any case, it was just about love. Was just about Valentine is about love, all forms of love.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So how can the day be an opportunity to celebrate other forms of love? How can we leverage on Vows Day to celebrate other forms of love and not just the romantic form of love?
So now we have to get back to correct the homework.
Okay.
We need to let people understand the true meaning of Valentine. We need to change the message we send out there. Everywhere, in every corner, in our churches, in our homes, everywhere, we need to send the right message that Valentine is not about romance. Valentine is about love, and it's about all forms of love.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Having understand that, there is something that often goes on, or that is often happening in our side of life, or where we find ourselves. People who are not involved in any form of romantic love, or any form of romantic love, feel sort of pressured on this particular day. When the day comes, it's like, if you are not in a relationship, I mean romantically, there is that kind of heat that comes from society, as though there is something wrong or bad you are doing. How can we work on that to correct the whole thing, as you said from the beginning?
So if I understand you, someone who is not romantically in love,
yes,
how can such a person celebrate Valentine?
Yes.
You don't need anyone to celebrate you. If you have one to celebrate you, it's good news.
Okay.
But if you don't, there's nothing wrong with it. You have to celebrate yourself.
One way or the other.
One way or the other. Not necessarily even on Valentine's Day, beyond Valentine's Day, but especially on Valentine's Day that we are celebrating love. If you have the opportunity to celebrate yourself. If maybe eat the best food.
Okay, you've ever eaten.
What you like the most, do it. Get the best friends. Link up with the old friends. do something that makes you happy.
Okay.
Visit a place you've ever longed to visit.
Okay.
In any case, you'll be happy as well.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So that means on that day, as a single individual, someone who is not involved in any romantic love, you should celebrate self-love on that
yourself.
day if you feel the need to still celebrate.
Celebrate yourself. In fact, there is a need to celebrate yourself.
Okay.
It's not as if you feel there's a need. You have to celebrate yourself.
Okay.
Find something to celebrate yourself. Make yourself happy.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So, about the pressure that society gives, how do you personally feel about it, and what do you have to tell society about this particular situation?
The pressure is uncalled for.
Okay.
You see, when it comes to issues of love, we seem to define how people are supposed to live their lives.
Yeah.
And I think that is utterly wrong. If you find one, that is okay. If you don't, celebrate yourself. Don't allow anybody to determine how you live your life. You can love yourself, but then also ask yourself if you are loving others.
Okay.
Ask yourself if you are loving others. If no one is celebrating, are you celebrating somebody? Because in any case, this is not limited to a romantic love.
Yeah.
If nobody, so you really don't have anybody to celebrate. You don't have anybody to thank. You don't have anybody to appreciate.
Okay.
Of course you will.
Yeah.
So I doubt
surely
if we'll have anybody who should feel pity at the time for having nobody to celebrate him or her.
Oh, actually, there are people who still do. Anyway, viewers, back to you. If you know or if you clearly understand what Mr. Edem is saying and you can relate to that situation, kindly leave your comment in the comment section and let's see how best we can address it. Yeah, so back to you. Do you think the media also has a role to play in reinforcing Valentine's Day stereotypes? And how can they, if you were to advise the media, what advice would you give them concerning the stereotypes about Valentine's Day?
Sonia, we all would understand that media has a core duty to educate.
Yes.
And send the right information. But let's also not forget that the media strides on money. So the commercial aspect of Valentine affects even the media. Media needs to get up.
Yeah.
We need to know when to draw the line. We need to know when to send the right message and put business aside.
Okay.
I think that is what I will have for the media.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. So if you could redefine Valentine's Day, what would it be?
Briefly, it's a day to celebrate oneself
Okay.
and others who care. Those you care about. Valentine is a day to celebrate them. But of course, it's a day to celebrate yourself too.
Okay.
Yes, that is simply what I would say Valentine to be.
A day to celebrate yourself.
Yes.
A day to celebrate love in general.
A day to
And
celebrate
also
love, to celebrate
appreciate
others. Appreciate others.
Oh, okay. Well, before I let you go, please, that's your camera. Kindly leave a word of advice, especially to the youth. As we celebrate the day, advise the youth, as you know or may not know, a lot of things go on Val's Day. The vices and all of that. Kindly leave the youth with a word of advice for us to guide ourselves with throughout the day, even as we celebrate love.
So my brothers and sisters, Val's Day is 24 hours.
Yeah.
We will live beyond the 24 hours. So we have to be mindful of what we do.
Okay.
Let's bear in mind that we, some way, somehow, will be responsible for actions and inactions. In the course of celebrating love, in whatever form it takes, remember there is tomorrow.
Okay.
And you have to live beyond today. You will live beyond Valentine's Day. That's my message.
All right. Thank you very much, Mr. Edem, for coming. It was brief but insightful, and I'm sure our viewers have picked what they have to pick or the message for today's discussion. We thank you once again for honoring our invitation and also for spending your time with us. What's your plan for the day anyway? Do you have any plan with the wifey, the kids, or is
Of course, not just with wifey and the kids.
okay?
With my friends, my loved ones, my siblings,
Okay.
My parents.
Okay.
Yes, and all those who matter.
The table is big.
The table is very big.
Am
In
I
fact,
also
some of
invited
them you are
anyway?
very, very much invited.
All right.
But for some of them, it's just a phone call
Oh, okay.
to appreciate them.
All right.
I don't have to
fine.
do anything too extraordinary to let my sister or my brother knows how much I care.
Okay.
So the phone calls and the petty things I can do, the very little things
Oh, okay.
I can do, I will
Alright.
do. But then, of course, we'll go back home also to wifey and the kids.
Yeah, and eat some special delicacies. I'll be waiting for my chocolate anyway.
That's
And you also receive one from me
thank you,
as a way
Sonia.
of saying thank you for honoring our invitation.
Thank you, Sonia. Thank you for
Alright.
calling on me.
Yeah,
I
you're
so much
welcome.
appreciate.
You're welcome. Yeah, viewers, so that is just it. Very brief but insightful. And I hope you have gotten the message. Vows Day, it's a day to celebrate love, but not just the romantic love. All forms of love. It's a day to celebrate love, celebrate yourself, appreciate those in your life. So if throughout the year you have not appreciated anybody in your life yet, it's not late. We are still just in the second month of the year. So pick your phone, place that call, let that individual know you really appreciate him or her for being in your life and for all they have been doing for you. Well, send your location and maybe you might just receive a chocolate from Sonia's Parlor. We thank you for sticking and staying with us. I have been your host, Pepe Sonia, and don't forget, DS Online TV GH hosted us. Their numbers will still be on the screen for you to get in touch with them for any form of shoot, any form of live sessions you want to do. Just give them a call. They will deliver and deliver to the best of your knowledge, and you will be happy with their work. Thank you once again for sticking with us. Until we come your way once again, it's a bye for now. But then, as my guest also said, Valentine's Day is just for 24 hours. Do not forget that. Take care of yourself even as you celebrate the day. And don't do any mistake you live forever to regret. It's a bye for now.